Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have not shot the Longbeard XR number 6s out of my Patternmaster Black Mamba yet in my stoeger 3500, and I want to try that today and see if it'll give me a pattern that's worth trying to hunt with this spring. We'll see how it does today. I haven't checked the target yet, but I did just take a shot, so you're going to have to forgive me for the footage that's about to come up here because I wasn't quite in frame when I was taking the shot, and I thought I had it squared up, but apparently I didn't. So let's go down and check out the pattern. Okay, there it is. I'll draw a 10-inch circle and I'll count them when I get in the house, but that'll definitely hunt. That's a nice even pattern right across. It's pretty hot right here actually. Yeah, that has no problem for me at 40 yards. That's probably a 45, maybe a 50-yard pattern right there. Alright guys, we're back in the house. As always, I took the backer down. I drew a 10-inch circle around the most dense portion of that pattern, and we ended up with 170 hits. You can see it looks a little bit chaotic in there. I ended up drawing the circle 3 times, shifting it one way or another to make sure I'd kind of found the center of that pattern. Because the pattern was so evenly dispersed, it was a little bit more difficult to find what the true center was, but I ended up with a couple of circles between 165 and 170 pellets, with the most dense circle containing 170 pellets. 170 pellets at 40 yards is a very effective hunting pattern. That's going to give me a little bit of forgiveness in case I misjudge my distance as well. So if that bird ends up being about 45 or maybe even 50 yards, that pattern might kind of save my shot. For Longbeard XR number 6s, that's copper plated lead. Those pellets are not carrying the energy needed to consistently and confidently take birds out past like 60 yards. I would not take a 60+ yard shot on a bird intentionally, for sure. But even between 40 and 50 yards, there's some question in my mind on whether or not those pellets still have the energy needed to break all the bones in that bird to deliver a quick, clean, and effective kill. A bird flopping on the ground that I have to chase down and stand on his head for 3 minutes is not really a success in my mind. I want that bird to be dead on the ground when he's shot. So for me, the way I like to hunt, I like to keep my birds inside of 40 yards. I'm positive that a number 6 copper plated lead pellet going 1200 feet per second at the muzzle has plenty of energy to deliver that clean and effective kill inside of 45 yards. So what I'm trying to do this year is make the most out of a 40-yard pattern. I don't want that pattern to be so tight at 40 yards that I'm sacrificing a 20-yard shot. If I'm shooting a golf ball or a baseball sized pattern at 20 yards, I'm liable to miss, especially using open sights. So what I want to do is make sure that from 20 to 40 yards, I have an effective pattern that's going to deliver a quick, clean kill. To do that, this year I'm going to use this choke. This is the Patternmaster Anaconda Black Mamba. I'll try to give you guys a little bit better look at it and see if the camera will focus. This choke is a little different than some of Patternmaster's choke. It doesn't have bevels inside the choke. This is called a gas over constriction method. There are grooves, channels, to funnel that gas that spiral towards the end of the choke. Whether or not this works, I'm not entirely sure on how you would prove that. However, I can say this outperforms the chokes within the same constriction that I have for my gun. So the stoeger 3500 has a full choke that's a flush barrel choke that came with it, and it's about 600 or 690 constriction. This choke outperforms it in any pattern that I've thrown. This choke pattern's buckshot, steel shot for waterfowl, lead shot, copper plated lead obviously, and TSS relatively well. If I had to pick one choke to go in the woods, this would be the one, because I know out to 40 yards I have effective patterns for any application that I need to use it for. For turkey hunting this year, I'm not going to put a red dot on my shotgun, so I want a little more forgiveness. You guys could see outside that that pattern was very even across. It had a great 20-inch pattern with not a whole lot of holes in it. So if I'm off one side or the other, I have the forgiveness I need to make sure that I'm still hitting that bird with a dense pattern at 40 yards. This choke is going to give me what I need this spring. For the way I hunt, for the reasons that I've already listed, this will be my selection with the Longbeard XR 6s out of my stoeger this year. If you guys like this content, please like the video. Drop a comment on how I can improve this content that I'm putting out to you guys and improve my channel as a whole. And please subscribe to my channel to keep up with my 2022 spring gobbler season. Thanks for watching. God bless.